Hello, welcome back to my channel, where I offer incredibly efficient cleaning techniques and advice that may be helpful if you have daily cleaning challenges. To be honest, the systems and practices in your home can be the issue rather than you. Don't panic though. I'm going to provide 16 small habits in this video that will help you efficiently and gently decrease clutter. Each habit only takes a minute or so. Cleaning all day is not necessary. You don't have to adhere to strict minimalism. You will notice daily changes in your home if you make tiny adjustments at the appropriate times. This is the place to start if you want your living area to be lighter and more breathable. Click subscribe to accompany me on this adventure. Let's begin. Saying farewell to things that are nice but not for me is the first habit. Not every brand new exquisite object is worthy of being in your house. Many things begin with good intentions. It's on sale. I regret not purchasing it. You can still use it. Throwing it out is a waste. I was given this bag. Not taking it is strange. However, these things simply remain unutilized, disliked, and superfluous, and you have to tidy them up, store them, and then deal with them later. Before bringing something into your house, try a little experimentation. Take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, is it really necessary for me? Would I feel as though I was missing it if I didn't have it? By taking a moment to ask this question, you can avoid adding more items out of habit or regret or discomfort. Being choosy is not the point here. It's about preventing unnecessary items from taking up space in your house. This next video is a must-watch if you enjoy easy routines like these. I'll discuss some low-effort practices in the upcoming video that require virtually no exertion but have a significant impact on preventing clutter. Keep an eye out. Let's get back to today's topic. The second habit is to maintain order. Always neat. Have you ever cleaned a table's corner completely? A drawer or a shelf and felt incredibly content? A few days later, it's crammed with clutter once more, as if it had never been arranged. It might be a really depressing feeling. The results don't last, not because you didn't try. Therefore, choose a small area that you have already cleaned and make a commitment to keeping it clean rather than constantly starting from scratch. It only takes a minute a day to store a few stray items, which will prevent it from turning into a war once more. Having a spotlessly organized space, even if it's just a drawer or a corner of a shelf, proves that you can do it and will help you overcome the idea that no matter how hard you work, it will never be enough. The impact of keeping your space clutter-free is greater than you may imagine. It helps you maintain a sense of control over your own home, in addition to helping you manage the area. The third habit is to take care of small issues before they become major ones. It simply takes a minute to do some tasks. Putting the scissors back, folding a garment, cleaning a dish, and throwing out a piece of garbage. However, we frequently ignore them due to their small size. The few tasks left undone today will subsequently compound into a large pile tomorrow. Make an effort to develop a basic habit. Do a task immediately if it takes less than a minute. Don't keep it. There's no need to plan, remember, or stack everything to clean up at once. You simply complete it while you're there. You underestimate how crucial this feeling is. It doesn't increase your level of fatigue. Conversely, it lessens the annoyance in the future. Additionally, having a location to store items you no longer use will help you make fewer decisions about whether to keep or discard them. If handling little tasks immediately reduces the amount of cleaning you have to perform, they proceed to investigate the next habit. Establishing a location to store items you no longer need is habit number 4. Not knowing what to do with items you no longer need is one of the reasons your house becomes disorganized. You don't want to use it even though it's not broken. Even when it no longer fits, it seems wasteful to discard it at once. So, it just lays there from one item to a pile, from today to next week. Make a basic basket or bin to break this cycle. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Simply store it somewhere permanent in your house and use it to store items you know you won't need in the future. You can gather it and donate, give it away, or discard it if you don't remember, or use it within 3 to 6 months. Such a transit location facilitates more decisive action. Every time you take up something that causes you to hesitate, you don't need to think too hard. Additionally, as you become more accustomed to it, putting things away will become easier because you will know where to put them. Let's proceed to the following habit now. Clean cooking is habit number 5. It's not necessary for the kitchen to blow up after cooking. Doing more isn't the trick. It involves taking action at the appropriate moment. To remain ahead of the problem, exploit the interim moments rather than putting off all the cleanup till later. Rinse a cutting board while the water boils or while something is in the oven. Put something in the dishwasher. Quickly wipe up a spill. Restock ingredients as you go. After dinner is finished, it makes a huge difference, even though it only takes a minute here and there. You'll feel less exhausted and far more likely to genuinely enjoy what you've prepared once the supper is finished and the mess is largely cleaned up. The 6th tip is to properly store your cushions and throws. Although colorful pillows and throw blankets can add coziness to a room, they can quickly make it appear disorganized. They're nicely styled one minute. The next moment, they're all over the dining chairs or even the couch floor. Additionally, maintaining a neat appearance becomes more difficult the more of them you have. This is a basic habit. Place blankets and pillows back where they belong after each use. That might be a designated shelf, a lit ottoman, or a storage basket. Anything that allows you to quickly reset the space in less than a minute. Additionally, you'll regain space and make it easier to control the throws you keep if you find that you have more than you use or prefer. Being severe isn't the point of putting pillows and trash away. It's about preventing your space from feeling disorganized all the time. Let's proceed to the following habit now. The 7th habit is to spend just 1 minute each day cleaning your flat surfaces. Magnets, mail keys, mugs, receipts, and other odd items are attracted to counters, tables, and nightstands, and the entire surface is gone before you know it. The problem is that flat surfaces aren't used for storage. Even if nothing else has changed, when they are tidy, the entire space feels more organized and useful. Give it a try. Clear and clean one surface for 1 minute each day. Just one house, not the entire house. Put everything back where it belongs, throw out the garbage, clean it down, and you're done. Your brain is trained to recognize and clear clutter before it accumulates, thanks to this one practice. And with time, it becomes less overwhelming the more you do it. Now, let's discuss the next habit. The 8th habit is to wash your cookware as soon as you finish cooking. Pots and pans can be tempted to soak for a while and then be cleaned later. However, the reality is that later frequently becomes tomorrow or the next day, and suddenly your wash basin is full. Every time you enter the kitchen, you feel depressed, and cleaning up after supper becomes a huge undertaking. It's best to do this. While your pan is still heated, give it a minute to be cleaned. Food is easy to remove. It takes less time, and you avoid dealing with a crusty mess afterwards. You'll be grateful for that one step, since it prevents your entire kitchen from becoming out of control, even if you're exhausted later. It's not about being flawless. The goal is to prevent one pot from becoming a pile. The 9th habit is to replace a bad habit that causes clutter with a healthy one. Not all clutter is about possessions. At times, it concerns our actions. Perhaps you leave the wrappers behind and eat on the couch. Perhaps you throw your bag on the ground and never pick it up again. Or because you'll be wearing the same clothes again, leave them draped over a chair. Little routines that are repeated daily, rather than a single major mess, are the silent source of clutter. This shift is gentle. Choose a habit that is making things more complicated and swap it out with something simpler but more beneficial. For instance, throw away your wrapper immediately rather than leaving it on the table. Hang the clothes you'll wear again and fold the rest rather than stacking them. Put your bag on a hook by the door rather than letting it fall. You're not making things more difficult. All you're doing is improving the landing place for your actions. Additionally, the clutter will eventually have less space to expand. Now, let's discuss the next habit. Creating a drop zone for your shoes is habit number 10. Shoes have a way of getting under the table next to the couch and all over the place beside the door. Even though the rest of the room is tidy, your flooring may soon feel cluttered. Setting up a specific area for your shoes to land is one approach to prevent this. It doesn't need to be elaborate. A mat by the door, a basket, or a rack. Anywhere that makes it simple to remove them and place them in the same spot each time. This is the habit. Spend a moment putting your shoes in their proper places as soon as you enter. Later, don't step over them. There's no need to wonder where the other one went. Your routine will go a little more smoothly and your floors will remain clear with just one tiny action. Let's proceed to the following habit now. The 11th habit is to avoid accepting freebies merely because they are offered. Before someone handed you anything and said, "Here, take this," you never plan to take it home. It's cost-free. The event's tote bag, a writing instrument, a nice small box that doesn't seem to be used. It appeared harmless at first. However, a few months later, the list of why not items begins to grow. You didn't pick them, so they clog your space, sit on shelves, and infiltrate drawers. They simply arrived since you didn't refuse. The answer is straightforward. Ask yourself, if this wasn't free, would I still want it? The next time someone offers you a free present, you are free to decline if the response is negative. You don't need to defend it. I won't be utilizing it, but a simple thank you would do. Saying no to things you don't need every time helps you avoid clutter later on without having to spend time cleaning up. Now let's discuss the next habit. Tip 12. Empty your refrigerator. Things tend to get hidden in your refrigerator. You neglected to eat the fruits and veggies you promised to eat after the jars. They all accumulate. Before you know it, you're searching through your refrigerator for what you need, and half of it is no longer functional. This is an excellent habit to develop. Spend a minute going through your refrigerator once a week. Discard products that have expired. Small spills should be cleaned up before they get sticky. To truly see what you have, group related items together. It's simple, quick, and will spare you from having to deal with a major mess afterwards. Additionally, you'll save money on purchasing items you already own and waste less food. Get your family engaged, even in tiny ways, is habit number 13. One woman does not have to do all the decluttering. Living with people, particularly children or a spouse, makes things more viable. A chore chart and a loud lecture are not necessary. Begin modestly. Give a brief explanation of how maintaining order benefits everyone, not just you. For instance, nobody has to worry in the morning when the keys are consistently in the same location. We all have more time to unwind after supper if we tidy up after ourselves. Next, assign each person a particular, achievable task, such as emptying their plate or putting their shoes away. Establishing a rhythm in which everyone participates, even in small ways, is the aim. Additionally, the energy in the house alters as well as how everyone behaves when it is kept under control. Clear your bathroom countertop at number 14. Countertops in bathrooms can rapidly become disorganized. Your countertop is suddenly covered in items you didn't intend to leave behind, starting with a toothbrush and a bottle of moisturizer. However, you don't really have to completely redecorate your bathroom. Only a slight alteration. Arrange your necessities in a tray or box and store them when you're finished. That way, everything you use on a daily basis has a home, even when you're in a hurry. Additionally, a clean countertop makes the area less congested and easier to utilize. You may make getting ready much less untidy by clearing your bathroom counters for a minute in the morning or before bed. The 15th tip is to divide large undertakings into little tasks. Feeling overburdened is one of the most difficult aspects of cleaning. When you see a whole kitchen, garage, or closet, You may want to quit up before you've even begun. Here's how. Don't take on the entire task. Dissect it. Try cleaning one drawer today and one shelf tomorrow rather than the entire bedroom. Just pick the following day. Every little step can be accomplished. Additionally, you'll get a real sense of accomplishment after finishing one. Over time, little victories build up, and you start something that you can actually do, even if it seemed impossible at first. Habit 16 is to quickly clean up at the end of each day. Have you ever woken up and seen yesterday's mess as soon as you opened your eyes? The counter still has the dishes on it. The sofa still has the blanket on it. By the door are the shoes. And you feel burdened even before you begin your day. Spend a few minutes organizing yourself before bed to change that. Make the counter clear. Fold the blanket and store it. The dishes. Move a few places around. Cleaning the entire house isn't the goal. Simply learn the fundamentals. Additionally, the morning feels lighter and easier to begin when you wake up to a tidy workspace. There you have it. 16 easy routines that can significantly alter the daily atmosphere of your house. It's not necessary to complete them all at once. Simply choose one or two that work for your present schedule and incorporate them into it. Keep in mind that little steps add up. Your home becomes more livable with each small adjustment and decision you make. Please subscribe if this speaks to you so that you can be informed of future developments. I'll discuss some low-effort practices in the upcoming video that require virtually no exertion but have a significant impact on preventing clutter. I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you at the next one.